Well, back to Diddy. So we don't know how much time Diddy's going to get. What would be your guess, by the way? Time served, a couple years, or something serious, like 10 years?
We had Laura Coates from CNN on. That's crazy. Literally today we had her on, and we asked her that question, and she says she can't see any more than 3 years with time served.
So like maybe 2 more years.
Yeah, like 2 more years. That's what she said.
Right, and you carve off 85%, that might turn into a year and a half.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if that's going to be the case, though. It seems like this judge, really is not pleased with the verdict.
Well, yeah, I had Judge Mathis on my show. Mm-hmm. Now, he's not a federal judge, but he used to be a state judge, so he really knows more than all of us combined. And he said there's a reasonable chance that based on what came out on the stand, the judge might throw the book at him. Yeah,
because you can't unsee what you saw and you can't unhear what you heard. So even though people say things like, oh, he wasn't on trial for domestic violence, you still saw a video. And when you see a video like that, and then you hear all of these other, women say that they were experiencing, domestic violence, it's hard to give them the benefit of the doubt, and I think that was the biggest thing with the Diddy case to me. It's like, when Cassie first came out with these allegations, man, they went so hard saying it wasn't true. They went so hard saying she was lying, only to have a video drop on CNN. It's kind of hard to give a person the benefit of the doubt after that. I was actually shocked at the verdict. I'm not going to front.
Really?
Yeah, only because I felt like, he was getting cooked so much in the court of public opinion. I didn't know how a jury, and by the way, this is not just for Diddy, this is just for any court case. I don't know how a jury cannot be swayed by what they see in the court of public opinion.
Yeah, but I think it was a fair judgment.
Oh, I agree.
This was not RICO. Like, come on.
I agree.
This was not RICO. This was not a criminal enterprise. This was a legitimate business where the CEO liked to rub cum on his nipples.
It was a friggy-ass motherfucker. That's what it was. But no,
right? And it wasn't sex trafficking.
Listen, you're right.
He was not, like, look, RICO's resigned for the Italian mafia, right? It was pushed by Giuliani to break down these criminal organizations where you had the heads of the families insulating themselves by not actually getting their hands dirty.
But the Mann Act is for people who like to engage in prostitution.
Right. Well, no, okay. But sex trafficking is designed for pimps taking, underage girls and regular girls and making them turn tricks in motel rooms and taking all their money. Diddy was not doing that. He was doing stuff to please himself. And look, after talking to all the male escorts, I got a very clear idea that Cassie was with it.
Oh, listen, I say all the time.
Cassie was with it. She would pick out the guys. She would want to do stuff with the guys, even when the guys were over it. She would run into the guys randomly, then call Diddy, said, oh, I saw so-and-so downstairs. Let's call him up. She didn't have to do that.
Diddy was Nino Brown. Cassie was G-Money.
Okay.
That's just the fact.
Right.
Like Diddy was.
She was like, Epstein and what's her name?
Giselle. But what happened was, G-Money wanted out. G-Money got tired of, the treatment that they were experiencing at the hands of Nino Brown. So they wanted out. I mean, we can't sit here and act like there wasn't, text messages where she was, explicitly saying like, look, man, you treat me like a rag doll. I'm somebody's child. Or, hey, this is not what I want to do right now. So, but to your point, yes.
And she could have left at that point, right?
We saw her try to leave and we saw how that played out. He chased after her in a towel and pulled her to the ground and beat her up.
Well, yeah, that was horrible, but that was one instance. The next day...
That's all it takes.
The next day, you could have left and never came back.
It's easy to say that, but when you're experiencing that...
It is.
It's easy to say that, but when you're experiencing that kind of abuse at the hands of somebody, I can see why she would be afraid to just up and leave. And if you're thinking about it like this, if you're a person like her, you know where all the bodies are buried.
Right.
Diddy can't afford to just let her walk away. By the way, Diddy should have settled this shit a long time ago.